All aboard! Welcome to the Hallmark Channel Christmas Cruise. I'm Paul Campbell, and I am thrilled to be here with some of the biggest Hallmark stars, Nikki DeLoach, Tyler Hynes, and Kimberly Sustad, to talk about our experience on a four-part special event, Christmas at Sea. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Paulie.
Hello, Paul.
What an
That was
intro. Good
big
hustle.
energy from me.
Sorry.
That's
What's up,
Take
Christmas
two.
in
Paul?
Here we go.
that
What's
was
up,
that was
everybody?
Christmas in July energy. Before we jump into it, first of all, Nikki, I love your hat. Very
My
festive, very
hat is the
appropriate.
energy.
Where are you right now, Nikki DeLoach?
I am in Boston. We got to
Oh,
do something really, really cool yesterday. So they had a Hallmark Boston Red Sox kicking off Christmas in July at Fenway Park. And I won the lottery and was able to go and watch Wes Brown throw the first pitch, which
whoa.
he nailed, like good speed, right down the center of the plate. And then Jenna Claire Mason, she sang the national anthem and she killed it. It was incredible. It was incredible. And a lot of fans came out and we got to say hi and kick off Christmas in July. And it was such a special day. It was really great.
I'm not surprised. I mean, you know what the funny thing about Wes is that every time you talk to him, you find out something else remarkable about that guy because
Yeah.
not only is he, I was talking to him the other day and I'm like, yeah, you're an actor and oh, you've recorded all these albums. And we were talking about golf and he said, oh, by the way, I'm also a scratch golfer. Like basically he golfs perfect games and he was going to go to Q school and become a professional golfer. So it doesn't surprise me that he knows how to throw a pitch.
It's kind of crazy. He also builds house stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've been to his house, but it's like he'll just be like, "Oh, I'm just building a deck today," and
To hit golf
and you're
balls
like,
off of. Yeah.
and
He's
you're like, "Is there anything you cannot do?" And he also, it's really cool. He the glove that he used was the glove that he played baseball with all throughout his life when he was younger. So he found that glove, brought that glove. It was just really cool to see him have that experience. It was truly just watching him live out his childhood dream come true.
well, it sounds like the perfect way to kick off Christmas in July.
It's cool. It was really cool.
Speaking of segues, we do have some questions here that we're going to get into. But before we do that, I just want to talk a little bit about what this show is. What is Christmas at Sea? And I'm not reading off any paper at all
None.
here. Christmas at Sea brings Hallmark magic to life through the eyes of our most devoted fans. Set aboard Hallmark's first ever Christmas cruise that captures unforgettable moments of connection, joy, and holiday wonder, proving that magic doesn't just happen on screen, but in real life too. Get ready to sail away. That's pretty good. I
Paul,
just
I'm
came
going
up
to
with
need you to
that.
do a second take, and I'm just going to need you to bring a little more energy, a little more off the cuff. Just
Hallmark Christmas at Sea is madness and magic on the open water. Woo!
That's it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Perfect.
Um, Actually, that's probably more accurate because it really was just 5 days of pure madness and magic and Christmas joy, wasn't it? I mean, that's how you would describe it. Yeah?
Giant group hug
A giant group hug.
with
Yeah,
3,000 of our biggest supporters. It was amazing.
that's true. All right, I've got some questions here. Uh, I'm going to jump in. I hope you guys brought answers because these are doozies.
I don't have any answers for you for anything.
I know Tyler and Kimberly do, so we'll go straight to them. So question number one: this was the first time that we got to go on a cruise together. Yes, correct.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
not the question, but that is yeah, correct. Yes, moving on. When we first heard that Hallmark Channel was doing this cruise with the super fans, and I want to hear from each of you. What were each of you looking forward to the most? What was first reaction immediately looking forward to? Let's start with Kimberly, and then we'll work our way around.
Bringing my mom,
Bringing
because
your
I
mom.
thought, which I did, and she watched the preview screeners of Christmas at Sea that's about to happen on July 7th. And it was so fun to watch her own experience on the cruise ship, and she was lit up by it. She described it, which I thought was really good, like summer camp, a shared experience where everybody goes together for the like-minded reason of Christmas and community and these movies and what they mean to everybody, and also the different things that are going on in people's lives, which are, anything from hardship to celebrations to whatever, anniversary, whatever might have transpired to come onto the cruise as a part of that celebration. I think they found each other and they found something really special, and they hung out for 5 days in close proximity, and there's nothing more magical than that. And watching her watch that, she was just like, loved it.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, and my dad was there too. She's like, Graham, look, this is where the part when, oh, and then this is the part when, oh, look at the tree. And watching all of the fans on the cruise ship have that same experience, and my mom reliving it through the lens of the different storylines that we follow at Christmas by Sea. I think she saw herself there. And I think that's what everybody watching this on July 7th is going to feel too, that they, it's through the lens of fans, and that's such a unique, incredible thing for them to have.
Did you guys watch all four? Did you guys watch all 4 episodes?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. And your
Well,
dad,
we started, and then she was like, "Oh, I gotta see the different parts of. I gotta see this, and and then she was just hooked."
But did it feel like it was how she remembered it, or did it feel different?
Yeah, and she felt like she had kind of like a takeaway, something that held, and she made it on there at one point.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
Where
she
is
was,
she?
I think she was watching the entire thing just to see if she would pop up, and she did, and she was really happy.
Kim, that was a perfect answer. Thank you. I was actually hoping that you would raise up a piece of paper and you had written that entire answer down.
She memorized
that 7-minute answer. I was hoping that was just all predetermined. But no, that
well,
was
when I
off the cuff.
found out that I was doing all these interviews by myself, I was like, saddle up, Mom, we're watching all the
Oh, yeah?
Because my plan was to punt it to Tyler, all the questions, because I was like, oh, I don't, I'm not sure I'm going to like get to all the screeners, and Tyler definitely has watched them. So I was kind of being lazy. And then I was like, ooh, Mommy's got to go to work. And I watched all 4 and made my mom sit and do a marathon with me. And actually, it was really quite special, because I was like, oh, this is who this is for. And she loved it, and she couldn't stop watching. I was like, Mom, you little docu-series addict.
Yeah, how incredible is that? I watched it I watched pieces of it, Paul's sections with Paul's mom at her house, and it was like the most rewarding thing of all time, watching her.
Yeah, it was so fun to. It's that unique lens, through the lens of fans, of people that watch these movies and following them and their lives and their stories and their testimonies. And I think people go, oh, that's me. And there's nothing more fun than getting that unique lens into this world that they've created, really.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to quickly clarify that I was not there while Tyler was watching those clips with my mom. He was there by himself hanging out, legitimately. And then my mom told me about it after. She's like, oh, Tyler stayed for hours.
Yeah. Nor did Paul give permission for me to be
You
Airing out his
open door
performance.
policy.
Yeah.
I do, Tyler. I do want to. I want to hear from everybody on the same question. Was there something that you were most excited about immediately when you found out about the cruise?
I didn't really have expectations. I tend to not something about most things. I don't give a lot of forethought to things going into them. Something I developed as a kid, I think, to just not. I don't know. I
Let's
just don't
dive
think
into
about it
that.
until I'm there.
Let's talk
Yes,
about
let's not.
Let's
that.
talk
Let's not.
Who
about
hurt
that.
you?
It's like
So,
child actor stuff where I'm like, I don't want to miss home. I don't want to miss the other place. So I don't think ahead. I don't think
uh,
behind. I just try to like BJ Britt and like live in the moment. And so I didn't think much about going into it. But once I had arrived, yes, the highlight was watching my mom experience this whole thing, meeting your mom, Kim, them having a little, Hallmark
mm,
friend romance on the ship and just run around living their best lives was something that I think is irreplaceable in terms of a memory and in terms of a moment, and very, very grateful that for whatever confluence of events it's ended up this way. But watching your mom watch this show, Paulie, was a highlight I will never forget as well. There's like a Hallmark face that people make when they watch, and your mom had it in spades, just like pure joy and openness. I was tearing up in one eye, she was tearing up in the other eye, watching you do your thing. And it was beautiful, man. It was
Oh,
one of the best highlights of this year, I think, so far. But yeah,
oh man, you're a lovely, lovely, lovely person. And my mom was thrilled. Thank you.
your mom was like,
you have a
Tyler,
seat at
over.
that card table uh,
I
anytime.
I murdered
Um,
her in Uno, and then I left her in shambles.
you call
Um,
it's a kiss and a punch.
that's right.
Kiss and a punch. Nikki, how about you? You must have been looking forward to something.
I had no idea what to expect, literally. And most people don't know this. I get incredibly seasick. So I
Oh,
have to wear this like prescription patch behind my ear, and it makes me lose my vision by like day 3. So,
sorry.
What?
so you guys don't know, by like day 4, I couldn't see any of you. Like I
Nikki's
couldn't
just
see
bumping into
anything.
walls.
I did not know that, but I am going to use that if there's a
You,
next time.
you
So
should.
maybe
You should take full advantage. And
I should rephrase. What were you looking forward to?
I wasn't seeing anything. But so I was like a little nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, like big boat, seasickness. Am I going to be okay? I know I'm not going to be able to see well. Um, and then the second I got on the boat, in just that first night, the first night of lighting the tree and all of us getting up on that stage and seeing how dressed up everyone was head to toe, they came to party. They came to bring it. Like I said, it was like a floating island of joy. And I mean, the second my feet like went up there with all of you, I was like, oh, this is going to be an incredible time. I had the time of my life. It was one of the most special, unique, meaningful things I think I've ever done in my career. To be on a boat with 3,000 of our biggest fans who love Christmas, have been coming up with us, building this network with us for years. And it just felt, like I said, like a really big group hug. So I honestly, kind of like Tyler, I had no idea what to expect, but I was looking forward, as I do all the time, with being with all of you, like my besties. And I knew at the end of the day, we were going to do this thing together like we always do. We don't know what's going to happen, but if we're together, it's going to be fun. It's going to be magical. Um, and it was across the board, not just with you guys, but with all of the fans.
Why don't we get you like the goggles, the little like seasick goggles? I love those things. Have you seen them? They have like a
I
little
need,
like
I
liquid.
know, I need to get some. I heard you can also wear them in the car.
Yeah,
They're quite something to see. I mean, they're not like
car is
sunglasses.
no, they're
They're like
better.
a
They're
real
cooler.
piece of metal on your face.
They're cooler.
But I feel like I'm gonna try it. I mean, because I don't know, not being able to see see well,
That's a
really.
good idea. Actually, for car is a good point too, because Hunter gets car sick a lot.
Yeah,
I'm
Hunter
gonna.
was the one who told me about them.
Oh, really? Does she have a pair? Because
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy you guys both a pair right now on Amazon.
please.
This
What's
is a
your
lovely
next question,
conversation.
Paul?
We could do a whole hour on this sidebar, but
Yeah.
I'm going to
His
lose my
next.
job as moderator, so I'm going to move on. Fascinating
Perfect.
chat. Question number two. Uh, what makes Christmas at Sea so special, guys? Being serious here is that it highlights our super fans, and
Mm.
we got a chance to kind of watch some of their real life stories unfold, which is part of this docu series. Is really following different people who, for different reasons are on the ship and watching their incredible stories unfold from a potential proposal to a fan, taking a chance with her writing career. Um, Friends that have, a young guy with his grandmothers. Do we each have, was there a favorite fan storyline that we each enjoyed being a part of? Nikki, I'll start with you and we'll go the reverse direction.
I thought Gail and Alicia were super special. Just seeing a friendship, a female friendship for so many decades. That was really, really, really special because the women in my life are literally like my rock, and that was cool. And then being a part of Rob and Donna's story, and obviously being able to connect with her on going through like a life and death crisis. And
Mhm.
I didn't experience it, but I experienced it with my child, and she was having a lot of PTSD. For those who may not have watched it or going to watch it, she had to go through brain surgery, kind of talking about PTSD and how we deal with that and move through that. And then, getting to be a part of what you guys will see. Um, at the end, a very special thing happens. Just getting to be a part of that as well. I can't believe it. It was such a gift. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Um, I want to hear from you. What was was there a story that you connected with?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody. I mean, Alicia and Gail were like. I had no idea what to expect. I hadn't met them again. This whole circumstance of doing these reality shows is something new to me. They stuck me on a four-wheeler and sent me into a scenario I had no understanding of, and we spent the whole day together, and it was a day I'll never forget. Um, and I still message them now on Instagram and stuff. We stay in touch, and they're like
Aw.
incredibly powerful, capable women. They're so accomplished, they're so strong, and to see this sort of like childlike fun that we had and vulnerability was some I'll never forget. And
They were
seeing
really funny too, the two of
they're
them.
so funny. Alicia. It was the whole, it was like, and it's funny because it's truncated in the thing. It was times 20 of all of that. Like we spent hours together to get from one location to the next when she's on the four-wheeler with me. It was a ride. And so we're talking and getting to know each other that whole time. And yeah, it was something else. I feel like they're going to need to do an extended cut of this thing simply because I don't know, Nick, I don't know if you watched the whole thing, but yours and Andrew's dance on stage. One thing that I feel like I missed in it that I want to see more of is some of the stuff that happened on stage, like when you and Andrew started dancing with each other. I don't know
Aw.
if that's in the documentary series or not, but it was a special moment, and
That was a
I feel
huge
like
standout moment. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like it's going to come out. People are going to enjoy it, and then there's going to be the extended cut that we'll see on Hallmark Plus. Hallmark Plus. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. Even Paige and her family, they were so lovely. I had no idea the conversations they were having. I had just met her at the end in the basketball court, which you'll see, and I had no idea all the things that the discussions they were having about myself and their experience, and they're just
I
lovely
thought
human
you two
beings.
were going to get married when I started watching this. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, where's this going?
Paul just shows up on the basketball court, just walks out.
Yeah.
We needed that. We needed that. I felt like
Yeah.
she left and she was like, so that's that. So we're not getting married. And
This
I
is the
like,
thing is
so
that
we're just shooting
it
basketball hoops. I have spent 5 days trying to get to
totally.
you on this ship. And I was like, girl, I have spent 4 hours waiting for you to at least kiss him. Like, you know?
Yeah, and I had no idea. That's the thing is even in hindsight, I feel kind of like, oh, I wish I had understood more. Like the show is reality. It's very real. Like I didn't understand. They were just like, "Hey, can you come to this basketball court for a moment?" And we're kind of like, "Yeah, these people don't think you're a degenerate." And then I walked out, and that was the interaction. So it's fun to see everybody's stories, and having met them for the brief period that we did, to see more of them as an audience member is really, really, really enjoyable. But it's hard to pick one. Everybody was so sweet and adorable and fantastic, and a
I want to
pure
ask
reflection of
you.
our audience.
I want to ask you about one particular event, Tyler, that was on the
Please.
cruise, because we all have our
Oh gosh.
we all have
Uh-oh.
our favorite traditions.
Yeah.
But you have a very particular tradition that you got to. You had a little group celebrate and partake in your the special tradition that you host and that you've kind of grown into this incredible community. Do you want to talk a
Oh, the
little bit?
Gooch.
Yeah, you
Are
want
you
to talk
talking
a
about
little bit
the
about
Gooch?
that and
Oh.
what the celebration is and how it played out on the ship?
How it played out, I had seen somebody post that they were going to get together, and I sometimes see that, and then I went to where that part of the ship was. They weren't there. I was confused. It was getting unruly. There was a lot of people. My mother was there, and it
Causing
was
the unruliness.
chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we sort of made our way. We had heard maybe it's sort of in the different part of the ship, so we had started going that way. I think that there were maybe cameras around. It felt like there was like a train of people now following, and we went to the backside of the ship, and there was a whole group that was there, and I had no idea exactly what was the
The entire ship
thing.
left. I was like, where'd everybody go?
Oh, is that right?
Do you want to
On
talk
the
about
back.
what the tradition is? What you want to for
Yeah,
people that don't
it's a
know?
tradition. Yeah, it's there's a small glass, and it's shaped like Santa's boot, and it's random and it makes no sense. But every year, come Christmas, um, it's hung on the tree, and take it off, take a selfie with yourself, taking a little drink in honor of a friend, a loved one, whoever you'd like. It's just sort of a way to say thank you and I love you to anybody wherever they are in the world. You guys partake, which I love, means the world to me. It's something that I started doing, our audience started watching and partaking, and now it's entirely their creation. It happens all year round. They have all kinds of ways in which they use it, and it's the most beautiful thing I could possibly imagine. And to be somewhat in the vicinity and participating in it is an honor. And that was one of those wonderful circumstances, to be there with my mother and Annie, who was, organizing all of these sorts of events, and for us to be with this group of people, and to have I didn't even realize that Paige was there. Speaking of Paige, like I don't. A lot of these memories are a bit of a blurry. The putting the bracelet on my wrist and the photo opportunity, like you miss. There's so much going on. It's really, it's
When
kind
she
of,
was
it makes
like
you think. Yeah, go
the
ahead.
whole time just waiting to put that bracelet on your wrist. And then you're
I'm
like, see ya.
so confused. And then, but this is the thing is like, I wonder now, because there was cameras documenting all this stuff, all these other things that we do. What is the chaotic stories that are happening behind the scenes that we have no idea that we're participating in for one
Yeah.
brief moment? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I look at myself during that moment where she gave me the bracelet, and I'm like so regretful. I'm like, I wish I would have taken more time, but I had no idea what's going on. Um, It's very funny to do this. So
That's
let's
life
just get cameras that
unscripted.
follow us around all the time. Yeah, let's be the Kardashians of cruise ships.
I'll leave you to it. You're Rob. Okay. That's it. I have a question for I have a question for Kim. Kimberly, you have written a lot of Hallmark movies, prolific Hallmark movie writer, and one of the super fans, Laura, has a dream of writing her own holiday movie. Do you want to talk a little bit about chatting with her and how that went?
Well, Paul, you should talk about how that went because you're my writing. I don't write these things alone, and I only write them with you.
Kimberly,
So
you have written a lot of Hallmark movies. I could talk about it, but you know,
The print clearly stated Kimberly, so he's going to keep himself out of it.
well,
go ahead.
we have written some Hallmark movies together, and we got a chance to sit down and talk about that a little bit. Talk about one of the moments, Tyler, that you regret. I wasn't totally aware of that whole storyline either. I
You
mean,
were
I kind of
prepared.
got it, but like once I saw it, I was like, oh, I wish I had, or and I need to follow up with this person, who wrote this script. It's kind of like the bracelet on the arm thing that you were talking about, where
Yeah,
I feel like I kind of like blew that moment for her. But Paul, you did great, as you always did.
both of you
You
were
Well,
amazing.
understood the assignment, and
I,
once I watched it, I was like, thank God for you, as I always do, because you always get the assignment, and I feel like I kind of blew that. So
No,
I
you
doubt
guys
it.
both murdered.
You don't realize, and writing is such so intuitive, and it really, when somebody says, "Tell me how to write these movies," it does put you back on your heels because so much of it is a feeling that you can't describe. You could give somebody the handbook on how to write the structure, the 9-act structure, and we can talk about emotional arcs, but so much of it is gut instinct, and also having read 100 scripts and having worked and worked and worked and having met the fans and having spent hundreds of hours talking to people and hearing their stories and understanding story, and you do, when you're faced with that question, it's pause for thought. It's a really hard question to answer, and you want to be able to give advice, but and I think probably what we both experienced was not being prepared to answer a question that we didn't necessarily have an answer for, and not wanting to give poor direction or poor advice, wanting to be helpful, but also just kind of going like, I don't know, you just kind of do it. It's not.
and so everyone can be prepared for what exactly Paul is talking about. When you watch it, it's just a blank look on my face. And I'm like, hey, Kimberly, sit up. I'm kind of slouched back. But I do this when I am on the spot, or like I'm not quite sure what the answer is. I just go
You
inside.
go a little silent, yeah.
Yeah, I was like pretty silent. And like what it communicates is like, I'm maybe not going to share the advice. And I don't know about anybody
No,
else, but I
no.
have this thing that happens where like, if you're a little bit nervous, I have that resting
Blank face.
blank face. And I anyway wish I could
You
wipe that
guys,
wish I
no.
could wipe that from the docuseries, but
What it comes across as is you two are two professionals who are being very, very real with this individual and trying to find real advice that is actionable and not just a sort of surface thing that looks nice for camera, which is really, really lovely and thoughtful. And I think that certainly comes across. And your blank face is a beautiful face, Kim. We
Gorgeous.
all wish we had a blank face that looked like your
That look
face.
like Kim's.
Ain't
I
that the
know.
truth?
I think I was just kind of like going like this behind Paul through the whole interview session, literally. And we had just come from the ball, so we're way overdressed for the moment. Anyway,
Yeah, it's lovely.
You did great, kid. You did
You
great.
guys killed that.
There were a number of events. We're getting close to the end of the questions here, but I have a couple more. There were a number of activities, and I'm only hearing about this for the first time. But activities that included swimming with the pigs and
Yeah.
going ATV riding. I want to know if everybody had a favorite activity. I don't know why swimming with the pigs is news to me, but sign me up.
No,
Yeah, that's like a known thing.
fans,
Yeah.
when the fans got off the boat, they had an opportunity to do um, like different excursions. And some of them were swimming with the pigs or going ATVing. That
Okay.
was the day that we all, I mean, Tyler, I think you had to work that day, but
Tyler went ATVing.
the
Yeah.
rest of us, well, because you were filming that with Alicia and Gail.
Yeah.
And so I think, but all of us went to that water park, remember?
Oh
How much
yes,
fun was that?
that was a great activity.
I just want to say, when you watch it on July 7th, to plug Christmas at Sea, which I thought was really fun, not to ruin the thing, but when the girls come around the corner and see the pigs that they're swimming with, I almost died. I was
Yeah.
like, she's like, I
I've done
can't
it
wait
before.
to see the baby pigs. I
They're
can't
not
wait to see
babies.
that. And then she turns the corner and this thing is triple her size.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I'm like, he's gonna drown her. It was so funny. Anyway, it was a pretty funny moment.
And
For
so
Hold on.
Serious.
We gotta cut to a clip of our sponsor, pig swimming in Bahamas.
and so a lot of the fans were coming back and they were like, we had no idea. I was like, oh yeah. It's like a real pig moment. You get like, it's a real pig of a time.
You had no idea. It's in the title. It's right there.
Swimming with the pig.
There were
Paul,
so many activities.
let's hear your favorite, because we've been asked questions by you, our host. Let's hear
Yeah.
yours.
Paul, what was your favorite moment?
Taking
My
off my
favorite
shirt.
moment, it wasn't an activity. My favorite moment was watching the screening of Wise Men 2 with an audience full of people, and actually for the first time ever watching something that we had created and
On a big
sort of
screen.
was just so moving, and all of us looking at each other, crying, and just it was so joyful and so rewarding. Like we kind of left there feeling I don't know, so grateful and just blessed and overwhelmed. That seems like really sort of a self-involved activity, but actually it was so surprising. It was really extraordinary.
That was cool for you guys to have that moment, and also as your friend to be able to hear the audience laugh and cheer, and you know what I mean, alongside you. That
Yeah.
was really cool.
When people laugh at jokes that you've written,
It's
I don't
the
know, there's just
best.
something really wonderful about it.
It's awesome.
So this is the big question here is,
Big question.
we're set to sail away again. The cruise is sailing away again later this year. If we were given the opportunity to join that cruise, would we get on that ship?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Tyler's on the
Hallmark.
old Fenceroonie.
Oh, I was waiting for you to go. I didn't wanna
I'm
be
already
presumptuous.
packed. I'm already packed.
Oh,
In
it's already
case-
packed. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the tap on the shoulder. Just put me in,
I'm
coach.
bringing this
Yeah.
hat.
Okay. I'm in
100%.
Paul's suitcase. Yeah, I'm inside of your bag right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler
Let me out.
is in my suitcase. Yeah.
Let me out. I can't breathe.
A lot of swim trunks in there, pal. Careful.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been washed since last year. Go ahead.
That was everybody. Yeah, that was a resounding yes. I think we'd be crazy to say no, right?
We'd be
We haven't been
crazy to
invited,
say
let's be
no.
clear. But yeah.
Yeah, were we to
Yeah.
be invited? Sure. Put me in, coach. Hallmark, if you're watching this, put us in.
Put us
all right,
in.
we're gonna close this thing out with a little rapid fire game of who is the most likely to. And so I'm gonna just go down a list of things, and I think, we sort of nominate each other for these things. So I don't know if it makes sense for us to all say them at the same time, or maybe we'll just go around the horn. But I think some of them are going to be pretty obvious. So maybe let's kind of all go around the horn. So it'll go Tyler, Nikki, Kim, myself. Can we remember that order?
Okay, great.
And then
Tyler,
you just
Nikki,
say who you
Kim,
think. Yeah, remember who you're after. Kim's got a question.
No, I was working that out in my brain.
So you're after Nikki. Okay, so who's most likely to participate in karaoke?
Nikki.
Kim.
No, me.
That's Kim. I would say Kim too. Okay, who's likely
Which
to
I
win
was
at
a
Christmas?
little miffed. I know
okay.
this is a rapid fire game, but also when I was watching the series, guys, it was so good. You should watch it on July 7th.
I've seen it.
Oh,
you mean for the
no,
people?
everybody watching this. Nikki,
plugging.
it's not all about you.
Yeah.
But just kidding. There was karaoke on the ship. There was karaoke.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
know I would have totally shown up and done that. Anyway.
Should you be asked back, we will know for next time.
Yeah. Karaoke with Kim.
All right, back to our game of rapid fire. Who is the most likely to win at Christmas trivia?
Paul.
How dare you?
Either me or Paul.
Paul.
Wow, he threw down against Nikki. Kim, how could you?
Well,
okay.
He's so trivia, Nikki. He's so about everything. Everything.
Take that as a compliment. Moving on. Who's most likely to go ATV riding?
Roger Balker.
Nikki DeLoach. I grew up riding ATV. I still
100%.
ride them.
Nikki, 100%. It's Nikki. Oh, here's a good one. Who's most likely to swim with pigs?
Oh, Paul Campbell now.
Ah!
Well, now that you know what happened.
I'd swim with some pigs.
I believe that. Tyler.
I'd swim with the
100%
pig.
Tyler.
I nominate Tyler for this as well.
The Tylers have it. It's a Tyler as well. All right. Who would be the first one to board a cruise? The first one to board a cruise.
Like get on.
Jonathan Bennett.
Yeah, never left.
Jonathan
He's still
Bennett.
there now.
Yeah,
He's still on the cruise.
It's Jonathan Bennett. He's still Johnny Cruise Ship over there. Okay. Who's the last one to board a cruise?
Probably Kim. I'm joking. Just because she's packing up her stuff. Like, you mean like logistically the last person to get on the ship?
I think so. Yeah. Who's the straggler?
Yeah. Who's the straggler?
You're probably, and I'm texting all of you because I missed the ride.
Because she doesn't. She missed the ride. Yeah. She didn't.
Where's the
She's
ship?
like, where are we supposed to meet? Where's the ship at? Is there?
Florida? Yeah,
I would say Kim. I'm not saying like in terms of enthusiasm. I'm saying like logistically.
Right.
Who's the physically last person to board the boat? I think it's
right.
Kim.
I struggled getting onto this live, so.
Who spends the most time at the gym? Nikki.
I spent a lot of time. Me and Andrew.
Nikki.
Me and Andrew. And Paul. The three of us.
Of the four of us, Nikki, it's absolutely you. You crush it. You have the discipline you have like military level discipline. It's extraordinary.
Thank you.
I don't know how to spell gym, so yeah.
JIM. Who spends the most time at the food buffet?
Like at what time? 3 a.m.? Because that would be me.
Okay. Yeah. We know it's not Tyler.
No.
I don't think so.
I'm at the JIM. Sorry, yeah, go ahead. I'm
just not gonna answer this question, actually. I think I'm just gonna abstain. Okay.
Right.
Guys, I'll take it.
You can have it. Who's gonna celebrate most likely to celebrate Christmas in July?
Oh, all of us.
Like personally?
Yeah. All of us love Christmas. Yeah, we all
we all are. We all love Christmas.
Yeah, you picked the right group. And then last but certainly not least, go on a cruise during the holidays. Who's most likely to go on a cruise during the holidays?
Well, all of us now.
Jonathan Bennett.
Yeah, all of us.
Yeah, all of us now.
Yeah. All of us now would be there every holiday. Let's do it.
If we get invited.
Yes.
I think that's it, guys. If you don't have anything else, any last words, anything else you'd like to say, I'll just wrap this up. Tyler, go ahead.
I would like to give a round of applause to our friend Jonathan Bennett, who is the host of all hosts, the man who didn't stop for 2 cruises, and without which I don't think
Extraordinary.
that it would be even close to possible. In the documentary, it followed so many of the people, but we see pieces and glimpses of what those stage situations were like, and Jonathan has a superpower that I
Rock
don't think I've
star.
seen
Yeah.
anybody ever have in my life,
It's
and
true.
so wanted to give it up to that man.
It's so
Yeah,
true.
he left it all on that boat. He really did. He like really was such a leader and like kind of showing us like how we needed to show up on that boat and what we needed to do for our fans and what it was about, and so grateful for him on that boat. He was a rock
Yeah.
star.
Looks great in shorts too. All right, wrap it up, Paul. Let's do this.
All right, guys. That's it. We just want to thank you for joining us, and we really hope you enjoy watching the 4-part special event Christmas at Sea, premiering Monday, July 7th on Hallmark Channel. It will be available for viewing the following day on Hallmark Plus. Let us know that you're watching. Use the hashtag Christmas at Sea. And until then, bye, everybody. We will see you during Christmas in July.
Happy
Thank you, Paul,
Christmas
for
in
hosting.
July.
Thank you, Paul, for the big
Thank you,
hosting. Good
Paul.
hustle.
We love you.